Hello everyone, this is Angela Miki, and in this video I'm going to show you how to create a discussion for your students. So I'm in the home screen again in my blank course, which now has some content in it because I've been making a few things, but I'm going to click on discussions. So once I get to my discussion page, I'll show you that there are a couple things here. First of all, you'll see that I only have one discussion already made. You can also pin discussions just the way that you pin your email, so that way every time you go in your email, that specific email is at the top of your email chain. You can do the same thing with discussions. Otherwise, your discussions will order themselves by the last response. So if somebody replies to a discussion that's 2 weeks old, that 2-week-old discussion is going to come to the top. Now, you're closed for comments. When you put your due dates on your discussions, you can limit when students can respond to them, and after the due date they can no longer go in and comment on the discussion. So that's where these discussions will follow. So I'm going to click plus discussion or add discussion, and I'm going to get a page that looks very similar to the announcements page that you just saw. So I'm going to need a title to my discussion. Let's just make this discussion 1 for now. And then here in my rich content editor, I'm going to type a question. I'm going to type instructions. I can link in a website. I can link in, if I use the HTML editor, I can embed video content. Yet again, I can still use my image. I can use my math calculations. Maybe you want to put a problem here that's not solved correctly and have the students discuss what was wrong with the problem. Where did they go wrong? Have them analyze work that is not done correctly. Make them find the solution. Khan Academy videos, SchoolTube. Yet again, we can put our Google Docs in here. Maybe you have an article that's saved in a Google Doc, and you want them to highlight and annotate and do those things to it. You can do that as well. The video here, the video media button will allow you to record yourself. So maybe you are reading the chapter of a book or reading a short poem and you record yourself doing that and then allow the students to discuss. That's another option, to give them different sources of media. Make it engaging. Now, under discussions, after you post whatever it is you're going to post, you have several options. So allow threaded responses is normally a good thing, because the reason for discussion is you want the students to respond to each other. If you wanted to just collect information from your students individually, I suggest you use an assignment, not a discussion. Users must post before seeing replies. I always use this button. Okay, I do not want them to see other students' answers before they give me their own answer. I want their thoughts, not the group consensus, not yet. Graded. I do choose to have my discussions graded. You'll notice that when I click that, I get more options down at the bottom. Right here it says possible points, displayed grade as points. I always just kind of make everything out of 100 because that's just me, and that's great for PowerSchool. And I do complete incomplete. I'm not going to go through with a rubric and like really analyze these most of the time. That's not what I'm going to do. If you are going to do that, I mean, if you want a real piece of writing and you're going to grade it with a rubric, then you can choose percentages or points. You can also just do letter grade if you're going to go back in and put it in PowerSchool as an A gives them 100, a B gives them an 89, if that's what you so choose. If you're going to give them real points, you can have it synced to PowerSchool by clicking this button. I don't necessarily always do that. Now, you can allow liking, and you can sort by likes. Only graders can like. You can assign certain students to peer grade. I don't do any of that. I think that's a little advanced for middle school. It's great for high school, probably not for middle school. So I don't do that. And group discussion. Now, I have done a couple of my discussions this way. And so what I do is I set a group name, and you can make this whatever you want. You might want to be a little more detailed when you do it for real. Group 1, Adams discussion, group whatever the topic is, group, the topic. Allow self sign up, or you can have, it will automatically split the students up. Okay, so I like my kids to be able to pick their group. I think that shows me kind of where they are and gives them some choice, which is nice. And you can require that the members in the group be in the same section of your class. So only second block people can be in a group with only second block people. If you don't want that, let's say you want your standard class to be able to interact with your honors class through this digital medium, don't put a check in that box and you can have that. Now, create groups. Normally I do 8. And that's plenty of groups for my class. And then I'm going to say no more than 4. Sorry, it's pulling up telephone numbers. So 4 per class, 8 times 4, 32. That's plenty per class, because right here I said group members have to be in the same section. And I'm also going to assign this by class. So I hit save. Now I can choose where this goes, assignment groups. I already have my assignment groups in my real course by unit, so matter, energy, those kind of things. You can have your assignment groups just be formal and informal. That choice is up to you. I'm not going to require peer reviews because I don't want the students grading each other. Now, I said that I was going to assign this separately to my classes. Now, I've tried this a couple ways, and here's what seems to work best. Right here where it says assign to everyone, in my real course that has my PowerSchool link to it with my students in it, you can choose right here to have first block, section 1, section 2, section 3. So I'm going to put section 1 here, and then I'm going to hit the plus sign, and I'm going to put section 2 here, and then I'll hit the plus sign again, and section 3, section 4. Okay. Now, that's pretty much it. Yes, it's going to be mad at me. Hang on. So I'm going to hit save, even though I haven't really done anything. Just so you can see. Now, this is a group discussion. Each group will have its own conversation. Here are the ones you have access to. So it's going to give me each of my groups, and I can go in and see that group separately, which is kind of limits the student's view of things, as well as gives them a smaller group to have a discussion with. There's not so many options, not so many people to reply to. I think it makes their life a little easier. And remember, when I grade it, I'm just going to grade it as complete or incomplete, so that makes my life a little easier. And if I click back on discussions, you can see that now I have 2 discussions here. And that's it. Hope this helped. Thanks.